Viewer discretion is advised. This is for the sake of comedy, and I am of Asian descent.
Hello, I am Alexei Pokanekan, and we're bowling today, tomorrow, and most definitely yesterday. At what cost?
Formula 1 2025 season, round 3, Japanese Grand Prix. Yuki Tsunoda in the Red Bull special Japanese GP livery, in the Honda-powered Red Bull. We are Team Japan right now. For the sake of this episode, I should have just freaking printed like a red, like freaking here, but, I've already, hey, if there's any Japanese viewer right now, all I can say is my favorite colleague, my duo at work is this 50-year-old Japanese lady. We're homies, so I think that was, I kind of nailed it. Okay, all right, but yeah, fucking dude, even Yuki doesn't even sound like that. Yuki's got that weird British accent type of thing he got going. Yeah, last week I kind of already broke down this whole Red Bull driver fiasco that we had going down already last week. Now we're already living in the fairy tale land of the chaos ending. Now we're all good. Now we're in the resolution part. We're fine. Everyone's positive. Like I said, I am fucking hyped to see that freaking special livery on track. Yuki driving in it. Suzuka going crazy. It really doesn't get better than that. The only thing that could have come close was genuinely Zhou Guanyu driving in the Ferrari in Chinese GP, but that didn't happen. Instead, we got a Hamilton-Leclerc disqualification, which we also discussed last episode. See, we lived through the chaos last week, and now we're beautifully in the resolution part. Now we're just look at this. We have a triple header. This is the triple-headed monster that April has to offer to us, that the Formula 1 2025 season has to offer. And I am incredibly thankful. 2 races in, enough to just give us a taste. Little whiff of that action. The real action. Now, hey, it's okay. Ferrari fans, you have nothing to worry about. That was tactical. Those two rounds that just went by, those were just tactical. Yeah. Ooh, guys, like I said before the season began, ideally, Ferrari wins it all. Ideally, Hamilton in the Ferrari, 8th for Hamilton. Ferrari win, first time since 2007. Ideally. Okay. That's going to make the biggest splash, if anything. So with all this riding on Hamilton and Leclerc, what do? We have to take the tactical route. Vasseur, I'm getting this. This is like that Napoleon Complex thing where you're just like the aura. Because there's that, in history, there was that moment where Napoleon, I think it was he was arrested or exiled or some shit, right? Or he was supposed to just be taken in as a prisoner or some shit. And it was literally his aura was so god tier, so S tier that he literally just, when people saw him in person, they couldn't do nothing about it. Similar thing happened to Pablo Escobar. There's a scene in Narcos about it. But it's just the aura. That's the same thing with Ferrari in the 2025 season. The aura is insane. The aura, dude, who gives a fuck about championships and wins and poles, or even fucking, staying qualified during the race? Your aura levels are so crazy, dude. Double disqualifications. Oh, dude. That's just like, bro is aura farming with double disqualification. So what I'm getting with that is, it's just, the aura is so insane that you can double disqualification in round 2, the struggle of round 1 in Australia. You guys were just studying. Because you guys are so many steps ahead, it's like you almost have to reflect a little bit, look back. I don't know. And if you don't buy that take, well, then get this, Ferrari fans, which I am, of course, one, but, I have picked my team to root for this whole season. You have nothing to worry about now. Think about this. Last round, after the Chinese GP, with the double disqualification and 2 different technical reasons, Hamilton had the underweight car, or was it Leclerc? I already forgot about this. Who the fuck cares? It's not like, but even if it happened, even if as Ferrari fans we're going to accept that it happened, we're not going to be delusional and ignore it. We're just going to be like, okay, this happened. Guess what? All the bad luck, the worst case scenario of a race weekend already happened. It already happened. Winning sprint race is a freaking curse, man. Unless if your name is Verstappen. That's the only time when it's actually going to do you favors. Winning the sprint race don't do nothing for nothing. Yes, you pick up maximum 10 extra points, but no, really, who cares? Because that's how Ferrari has to be thinking. For Vasseur got to be thinking that. If Vasseur is actually going like, dude, that sprint win, fucking aura farming, but then it's like you can't accept the double disqualification. It's like, hey, we got the bad karma out the way. I think that's the best way to look at this situation going into round 3 for Ferrari. It can only possibly get better. It cannot get worse after a Sunday than a double disqualification. So from that side, it's only uphill from here. Oh my God. And seriously, I really do think that if any team on the freaking F1 grids has that insane aura level where they could kind of shit the brakes for the first 2 rounds, but then now we got the party started going into the triple header. This April is going to be all eyes on Ferrari. As a team, it's all eyes on Ferrari, okay? If they can't pull it out of this, they can't make something happen, or the results slightly better, or the consistency better, all that shit, Saturday and Sunday sprint, whatever it is, if they can't get it together after April, we just gotta forget this fantasy, Not even think about this like a nightmare, but it was just like one of those forgettable dreams. Just like, whatever, I don't know, something happened. It was great in my mind, but I don't know what the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that's how, but too early to doubt the boys in red, especially when they're savages, like they are. So, boom, that's for the Ferrari fans. a little different of an angle that I took from last week, and also just a little bit pretext going into this weekend, how I hope it's going to start shaping out. But, considering that I do think this is when we really get the party started, right? Like, okay, yes, Chinese GP, yes, Australia. I mean, they're not, you can't deny them. But let's just say now going into this first triple header of the season is when we can start looking at how things go from here onwards. But currently, the current situation as it stands, the driver standings, let's start with that first. In number fifth position, that made grammatical error, is none other than 18-year-old rookie sensation, Kimi Andrea Antonelli. And if you really think about, I personally think half the grid is like elite, half the grid isn't. I think that's like the good balance that they got now. Realistically, to put it simplified, not exactly half, but let's just say around half. I'm not gonna name all the names, but you're thinking, where's Leclerc? Where's Hamilton? I mean, there's Verstappen could be in the top. Verstappen's up there, but there's so many elite drivers, and still an 18-year-old rookie is in the top 5 after 2 rounds. And that's freaking impressive considering in the first round, but he started from P16. So it's insane. Dude, this guy's winning a driver's championship. I can see Antonelli winning a driver's championship before a lot of the other guys, but I'm not going to start getting that controversial. I mean, it's unlike me to be controversial. Number 4 in the driver's standings, we have Oscar Piastri. And this was after he finished in P9, or was it P8 in the first round? I know. Exactly. Now, there's some guys that we can notice have this tendency of not giving up and really, if anything, firing them up a little bit more. Piastri finished up in P9 in Australia, scored a measly 2 points after, feeling disappointed in himself and the performance that he had in Melbourne at home. And so, in round 2 in the Chinese GP, he made the comeback. I mean, he made the bounce back. I mean, he was kind of clear to me. I know Oscar Piastri were good friends. Oscar Piastri simply did what he had to do to make up for his performance at home. And look at that. Now, 4th in the standings. And with a point above Oscar Piastri, we have Mr. Old Money Russell, dude. Old Money George, dude. I don't know, dude. This guy's just pure class. I don't know what to say. It's insane. He has a classy lady. He has a classy style. He drives classy. Hey man, he drives the Maybach type shit, or the coupe. I don't know that much about Merc cars, but I don't know that much about cars in general. But George Russell is sitting at 35. Piastri was sitting at 34. George Russell, top 3 in the Drivers' Championship. 2 for 2 with podium finishes. He's made the podium, each time of this season so far. It's kind of actually incredible right now what he's doing. And I was the one doubting Merc. I don't know why. It's so incredible. How can I doubt, German engineering, cars? You can never. You really can never. No, seriously, George Russell is doing something crazy right now. And if he keeps it up, if he even goes 3 for 3 with podium finishes, if he finishes in the podium now, Japanese Grand Prix, we're going to have to start some uncomfortable conversations. Because this is the first time George Russell is the number 1 driver. I mean, okay, I guess when he started, it's argued when he was in Williams with Kubica. It's unclear if he was the number 1 driver, but when he was in the Merc, he was always, he was doing impressive shit, but you had Hamilton as a teammate that has won 7 times with his own team, so with the Merc. So George Russell, if he keeps up these consistent podium finishes, for real, we need to, because we obviously know Mercedes doesn't have the craziest pace, right? It's not like they're the winning, car right now, but the fact that it's just 2 podium finishes, he's always there in the mix, and that's why as of right now he's sitting pretty comfortably in the top 3, right? George Russell, just pure class. And with a point above George Russell, second place in the Drivers' Championship, we have Supermax, who honestly hasn't had the smoothest start to a season compared to, sometimes we've seen some crazy shit when it comes to the start of the season from him, just pure dominance. Taking it a little bit easier now, for sure. Verstappen is taking it a little bit easier. He's still pushing the car, but I don't know. When it comes to the actual racing, He's gonna take it safe and easy, and I think that's his tactic if he wants to win this 5th one. By the grace of God, if he does it. But if he ends up, or if he really wants to even fight for it against the McLaren, he has to play it safe. While McLaren, it's the whole narrative is Norris versus Piastri. As long as he sticks to his own car, his own, little bubble, in a way that he can't even think about his team right now. You think he wants any part of this? And then ultimately everyone points the finger at him in one way or another. You're making a pain in the ass for these young drivers or these rookie drivers because you're too fucking good. Stop winning so much, you son of a bitch, because these other fucking people, no matter who it is, they can't keep up. There's, of course, millions of memes as soon as Red Bull made the call of switching Liam Lawson back to the Racing Bulls and promoting Yuki Tsunoda to the Red Bulls. I don't know, guys. You guys are pushing it with Verstappen. I already said this in the start of the season. You guys are pushing it. Treat him better. Be nicer to Verstappen, okay? He's being nice to y'all. He's being very cordial right now. And I hope people appreciate him. and appreciate what he's doing. He literally said, the caption on Instagram, Max Verstappen posted for the buildup of the Japanese Grand Prix. He posted a picture, of course, of him rocking the special, outfit, work attire, let's just say. He said in the caption, "For you, Japan flag. For you, Japan." And you could, what he's trying to make you understand with the caption is, oh, this is this is the helmet design is for you. The excitement is for you. I'm going to race great for you guys. But what he really means is, I'm putting up with this bullshit for you, Japan. I am not winning with any other or I have not won with any other engine other than the Honda engine. You gave me the power unit to win 4 championships. This one's for you. I'm going to be very cordial about how much bullshit is going on for you. That's what he means. This guy, I don't think people understand the level of mind games this guy's. The mind games, pure mind games. Pure mind games for you guys. That's what Verstappen's doing. This is for you. Honda, Japan, Yuki, I'm literally not gonna fuck your whole career up because this one's for you. He wants to be on the good side. He wants Honda to fucking just lock it in for this one more season that they're together, right? Maybe really go for the 5th, right? Who knows where he might end up somewhere else after this season. Who knows? Who knows what happens with Christian Horner? Who knows? All right. All I know is last episode I freaking expressed my opinions already about my concerns, specifically with Red Bull. But right now it's about Verstappen. Verstappen, he's doing it for Japan. He's doing it for everyone. Like, this one is not, you can see the mentality change. Every other season before this, I really argue that he was going like, everything's for me. I have the fastest car. I gotta win everything. Now he's kind of like, this one's for you. This one, I'm giving back to everyone. I am a father now. I'm trying to be a good father. Unlike, hey, dude, that, I'm actually not trying to create specifically a 4-time Formula One champion. I'm just trying to, have a normal kid, and I kind of want to live a normal life. I haven't lived one for, since the fucking, I was born. I've won 4 times. Maybe this one's, I'm sorry. I go on a tangent here, but really, Verstappen it makes me emotional. And number 1, we have the man himself. The man, the myth, the legend. Lando Norris. Oh, this young savage. Keep the tunnel vision going. I like it. I know the focus is Oscar Piastri. It should be. It really should be. Lando, you are doing very you're showing him. I like it. Composed. Grateful. Oscar has the upper hand. Oscar had the upper hand the whole race weekend for round 2. Norris, nothing but cordial. Again, I use that word, but beautiful word. Cordial. Just polite, just thankful, grateful. Congrats to Oscar. It's going to be great. Oscar, Piastri, Lando Norris. Who knows if they're fucking IRL bros. Who knows? But let's just say that they know where they stand. And they know the savagery that, like, even if they aren't, the best buddies, it's one of those situations where you just know the fucking vibe of the other guy. And it won't, like, match that well. Oscar Piastri's that, I have that one girl. I just go home and, I don't know, snuggle up with McGill. And Lando Norris is the I'm going to Nobu with 6 baddies. What up? Both, both winning in their own ways, but Lando Norris has to keep finding the upper hand as well. Whichever race weekend it is, I think this is also another ultimate narrative or ultimate focus that we have to point out, focus point for the triple header. It's Ferrari as a team, but if we're talking about drivers, it's Norris versus Piastri. It's who has the slight upper hand going into each race weekend, because as of right now, it looks like they're the most competitive, or the car that can fight for wins the most consistently. The McLaren car. So Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri. Let's see who gets more out of that car 3 weeks in a row. It'll really show us. That's the whole thing too. These guys don't fucking rest at all. Barely. They can get a little bit of rest, a little bit, a second for themselves instead of, work duties. So, doo-doo. So that's how it stands. McLaren leading the team standings at 78 points. Mercedes at second place with 57 points. Number 3 is Red Bull at 36. So already a pretty sizable drop off. And I do think McLaren to Mercedes is also a pretty sizable drop off, considering that Ferrari hasn't even been there to be able to interfere. Red Bull again, it's like literally only Max Verstappen pretty much. So Max carrying Red Bull on his back and still in third place of the whole team standings. And number 4, Williams at 15 points. And get this, Ferrari tied up 4th, 5th at 15 points. There you go. What else is there? Let's talk a little bit more specifics. Williams, of course, doing all right. Albon carrying currently the team on his back, being very impressive. I think Sainz is just, he needs to get back used to the Merc engine, so it really it fucks with his progression a little bit. I mean, I do think it has completely different setups and all that shit. So, I mean, in terms of the engine, but also just the car itself, I think he's just doing his best to catch up. Let's see how effectively he could be able to really collect his Merc engine skills once again. Get the consistency a little bit more, because that is ultimately, I think, Sainz it's like the speed is there, but the consistency. And it's not even that big. It's just, it's just once it happens, you kind of notice it. I mean, I don't know, but that's just because I'm such a huge fan. I mean, number 1 fan. I mean, that's my boy. And that is why right here for the April F1 picks, we got Carlos Sainz finding the top 5. I do think it's very possible. I mean, Alex Albon already did it in Australia. Pretty sure he did that. Let me double check. Yeah, Albon top 5. And then, Sainz scored points last race in China. What do you... Did he? He might have. Sainz? Yep, scored 1 point. He was P10. So, he's struggling. But he's got to get used to the car, right? Don't even fucking say anything about Ferrari. Don't even say anything about Hamilton. Oh, what? But like he got. Just let's just calm down here. All right, Williams and Ferrari at the end of the day tied up with points, total points. So yeah, and also just a shout out to Alex Albon for really fucking just holding it down like a savage. Williams can really have a driver pairing to be fucking completely trustful towards. So it's beautiful. It really is a beautiful thing. And get this. You want to hear the most beautiful thing about F1 right now? Lance Stroll. This is just delightful. This is his year. This is Lance Stroll's year. It took a fucking while. How many years? Like close to... No, not close to 10. I think he came in 2018 or some shit. 2017. Hey, 2025 season is officially Lance Stroll's year. And this is his season. He's the man. All right, who's his rookie teammate? This Fernando Alonso. Who the fuck is that guy? All right, Lance Stroll must be the biggest fucking savage I know. Let's keep the points finish streak going, please. 2 for 2 scoring points. Lance Stroll, what up? That Aston Martin definitely belong in a top 10 for sure. That's one, again, I told you, my favorite car reveal of the season. They had Thames. They had, her beautiful, the strings, the fucking thing. Beautiful, classy. They're going with the class. I love the class. Lance Stroll, always keeping he's always been a classy guy too. He's a simple man. He is a Nepa baby at the end of the day. So, but which that will be my first and last time using that fucking word. That just felt bad coming out of my fucking mouth. But Lance Stroll, this doesn't feel bad. Lance Stroll, you're fucking finally finding the consistent pace out of the car. Yes, there's been few things that have helped you, but dude, 2 for 2 scoring points. Let's keep the streak going. You're the GOAT. This is your season. Let's fucking go. Let's go, Lance Stroll. Let's go. Oh, Canada. And, yeah. Japanese fans, please cheer on Ayao Komatsu. He's the ultimate Japanese dude you should be cheering on right now. I personally think Ayao Komatsu, has a crazier value to a team than Yuki Tsunoda. That could be very controversial statement right there. But dude, what Ayao Komatsu, principal of Haas, is doing after Gunther Steiner, who has ultimately turned to a podcaster. That's right. He was a far better entertainer. See, this is what Daniel Ricciardo should have understood. At least Gunther Steiner understood. I have entertainment value. What the fuck am I being shit? Why am I being just average at my job in F1 when I could just be an entertainer? That's what Daniel Ricciardo should have done years ago. But, Gunther pounced on the opportunity a little bit better, and then ultimately you just get an effective savage like Ayao Komatsu, who was learning from the sidelines in a way, or whatever, from the bench or whatever, being the support system, but now taking the number one role. Principal Komatsu, shout out to him. I think he's the ultimate Japanese on the F1 paddocks right now. What he's doing with Haas, with an American team too. He don't hold no grudge. He don't hold no grudge. Opposite of that, he's fucking helping the country of the U.S. right now. So it's beautiful stuff right now. There's a lot of going. And it's almost like these words are blubbering because dude, the sun's fucking shining here, man. It's so warm, like it's about to be summer, and like the city bikes, which I still have on the set, but is the first day that the city bikes in Helsinki are like, usable. I'm about to ride that shit to the sunset. It's warm, it's sunny, it's fucking triple header. I mean, dude. Who needs head when you got a F1 triple header? What up? That's what I'm talking about. Sun shining, Japanese Grand Prix, Bahrain Grand Prix, and Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That's a fucking Grand Prix. Abercrombie. What? That's a triple header right there that I'll take over any type of other head. You know what I'm talking about? That's real shit, man. So, let's go to Suzuka. First of all, let's finish it up real quick with the left side. After this April month, after this triple header, and really, I do think we need to put the importance on this month of April being the first, let's just say, pivotal moment or month through the 2025 season. I have Oscar Piastri, who is currently, like I said, 4th in the Drivers' Championship, but he's only 10 points behind Lando Norris in the driver's standings. 10 points behind. Easily, mathematically, you could get there past Lando Norris after 3 races. So I have Oscar Piastri really putting the pedal to the metal, right? Making up for, again, round 1. He has that fire under his bosom, right? A little pep in his step, a little urgency. He understands that he's got to bring it. He's got to bring it to Norris. Triple header, high speeds, high actions. Oscar Piastri leads the Drivers' Championship after round 5, after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That's my pick for April. And we're going to keep this, if anything, we're going to rewrite it or some shit, but I'll check that off once we're at the end of April. I have belief, guys. We forget about the double disqualification. We disregard it. Fuck it. And now this is when the aura farming really begins, man. This is Mr. Saturday. He's going to make that comeback once again this season during April. This one I already mentioned, Carlos Sainz. He's going to find that pace with the Mercedes power unit once again in the Williams car at the Lazian. They're doing pods now. It's kind of fun. I mean, okay, well, honestly, if I call this a fucking podcast, yeah, okay. Sainz and Alex Albon, that's a podcast as well. Brilliant. I've been keeping up with the boys, but as you know, Team Williams, Team Carlos Sainz, and Alex Albon for me this season. Of course, always much love to everyone, but those are the boys. Top 5 finish for Carlos Sainz. Easy. And last but not least, Alpine. I have to mention them real quick. The only team with no current points. Gasly's coast. I can already see a Gasly top 10 finish within the next 3 rounds. It's done. I believe in the Alpine. Maybe even Jack gets a little PA, P10 type of mix going on if he's on pace. So, bam. That's that, man. Triple-headed monster. Don't need no head from no girl when I got Formula One triple head in April. Triple head. Beautiful. I mean, I think that's it. Oh, no. I mean, I forgot to freaking put the pole pick and the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, right I say, I actually kind of think just because, like I told you, it's kind of like he's so in his own world. I'm talking about Max Verstappen. I think because he's genuinely one of the only ones that's in his own little world. He's like very satisfied with everything. And he just has that raw pace. You guys know it. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think just to give us a little bit of a different mix on Saturday and going into Sunday. I think the Supermax is just going to get a little quick pole position. I don't know. Gut feeling kind of call for this one. Really no logical explanation. I just think that given Suzuka's technicality and also speed, and I think the Red Bull still has or at least Verstappen's Red Bull is going to be okay. I have no comment. I have a 0 comment about where I think Yuki Tsunoda is going to finish in qualifying or the race. Same goes for Liam Lawson in the Racing Bulls. I do not have an opinion. I just hope everyone is happy. Okay? I swear. As long as everyone is happy. That's it. If any, I swear to Christ, Yuki Tsunoda podium, Liam Lawson top 5 finish just to make Red Bull look good and make everything go away. Okay. All right. I've fucking bought way too many goddamn Red Bulls in my lifetime to give up on you now, guys. So please. Oh, please. Don't ruin it, Red Bull, Racing Bulls, all of you. Please. Just, yeah. But the win, like I said, if Oscar Piastri is going to end up in the top of the Drivers' Championship after round 5, Oscar Piastri is going to have to really take over the first few races in Asia, China, and Japan. I'm calling it Piastri. And it's beautiful. I can't wait for Suzuka. Beautiful circuit. High speed, high technicality. Everybody loves that fucking track. Just classic. I don't think the weather's going to be too crazy, but I know the weather here is crazy good. I got to go outside to enjoy this. Really, thanks for sticking along. It's been a beautiful time. Beautiful triple header coming up. Beautiful month of F1 and UFC 314 next week. I'll see you next week on the next episode of Ballin. At what cost? Stay ballin'. Praise the Lord. See ya.